Have you ever spent 7 days in complete darkness with no people, no sounds, only you? I have, and I'm going to share my experience with you of being 7 days in complete darkness. Me and some food and my thoughts. Crazy, but it's a common Buddhistic practice. It has been practiced for thousands of years. In the past, the sages and the monks went to the caves and were there alone and meditated. And in the ancient Egypt, there was this ritual when an initiate, one who wanted to become a seer or a priest, was locked into a sarcophagus for 3 days and nights and was given some psychedelic substance, and the subject was fasting for a few days prior entering the sarcophagus. And prior entering, the subject had many years of training to prepare for that experience. So I was doing the modern version of being alone in the cave with all the luxury and and stillness and warmth. There's this place in our country, but there are many dark rooms around the world. Probably you can find yours. Like, I got inspired that there was this one raw foodist who was eating raw food and went into the Mexico from Spain to visit a dark room. So I was thinking, like, what the fuck? You go to a Mexico, a land full of sunshine and waterfalls, and you stay in the darkness. But that person got served raw juices, like cold pressed juices, fresh fruits, etc., by the door all days long, and was there just meditating and munching good stuff. Okay, great. But we have this mysterious fairy tale country full of forests. When you come here and you look around, there's a lot of forest. You can't comprehend how much forest there is, and bogs and swamps. So, and near the sea, in the middle of a forest, there's a cabin, actually 3 cabins, and there lives a witch. Yes, she is called a witch. Tulele is her name, the witch of the Lesoya. And she lives there with her husband and their extended family. And they have got a sea buckthorn forest over there. So it was autumn, and I will share you by the end how beautiful it was when I came out from the dark room and the forest was glowing with those orange berries, small berries. Wow, silver light, etc. So the witch lives there with her husband, and they have got 2 dark rooms. So basically they are mounds covered with earth, and there's a building inside the mound. So okay, I read about it, then I read that some people had done it, and some of my friends had also been there, and we were waiting our child. My wife was 5 months to the pregnancy, so I knew this is the last moment that I can take my own time, be alone, and stare into the darkness, face myself. And also I had a very bad or severe bad vision. So I had like minus 9.5 the both eyes, and my goal had to get my vision a little bit better, so the doctor would accept me into a surgery that we could corrigate my eyesight. So that was my ambition or my goal. So my wife drove me to that place because after visiting the dark room, you are prohibited to drive a car. So she drove me there, went off, and then there was the witch of the Lesoya and her husband, and they had all those skulls and animal bones and heads hanging from their gates, and it was a little bit scary, and the sun was settling down, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? Where they are going to take me? Nevertheless, I went in. So I got simple instructions that the most important thing, there was a water boiler. When you are using water boiler, be careful, touch it, find it with your hands and pour it away from you, away. Find the sink, pour it into the sink, because it's dangerous, hot water, when you cannot see and you're pouring it just all over all the places. No. So, and that's the most dangerous and most scariest thing that I experienced there, for real. But another interesting thing that what we were able to bring there. So it is prohibited to fast over there because the experience is so strong. My initial thought was, I'm going to fast 7 days in a dark room, but it's prohibited. And consuming any alcohol, tobacco, cacao is prohibited because they are stimulants. So, okay. But but I could drink some tea. That was nice. Drinking some tea and hanging out in the dark. Why not? So, there was like, take some porridge with you, some easy foods that you can prepare really easily, because there was not possible to cook anything. Only kettle with the boiling water. Yes? And water could get from the tap. So, but I took watermelons, ripe mangoes, and a lot of fruit, bananas, and some oat porridge and buckwheat porridge. So I started hanging out there, and a lot of spirulina. That's my favorite food. And so started hanging out there, being in complete dark. I could not see anything, just doing those moves with my hands. Could not see my hands moving. And then there was this dry toilet without no water, compost toilet. Okay. And there I was not able to wash myself for 7 days. Okay. So the greatest mystery is like when you're swiping your butt after you have done a poo in the loo, into the compost toilet. When you are swiping your butt, does the paper get dirty or not? That's really philosophical question, because there is no one to observe it. There is no one to prove that the paper got dirty when you were swiping your butt. That's really important observation, because you could be contemplating about it for many hours. So first, I went there, packed my stuff, and the witch of the Lesoja let me there, shut the door, locked it, and went away. I was locked in a dark mound, in a chamber, with some food. Ooh, scary. And now it was evening, and I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and everything was dark, and I was like, okay, let's go to the toilet, and let's do my stuff. Okay. I was just finding the spaces of the room with my hands and moving really slowly, and started living my life there, eating, sleeping. I did not know what time it is, and I started practicing a lot of yoga. So my routine was like, eat, sleep, do yoga, eat, do yoga, sleep, try to meditate, do more yoga, or exercises actually. And I did a lot of exercises. Like I did really difficult Kundalini exercises, like you put your hands on your head, and I was started to count for 30,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, that's quite difficult when you are doing huge numbers. Or I was doing a handstand and counting numbers: 600, 700, 601, 602. Doing all kinds of holding positions that were really tough, like putting my hands up and counting again like 5,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just doing it. And it was amazing because my body did not get tired when I was in the darkness. And being there for a few days, I started seeing a lot of visions. Like I was just daydreaming. I was in the ocean with whales swimming along while I was just sitting and like, wow, that's cool. And started seeing other visions and just chilling around with myself. Some people are afraid of being alone or being with themselves, but I found it quite comfortable and found a great friend in me. Now I was not talking to myself, mostly. I think I sometimes talk to myself, like, yeah, we should be doing that. No, I don't agree that we should be doing that. We should go pick some plums. No, I don't want plums. I want apples. No, I decide. No, I decide. Okay, who decides? I decide. Okay, let's take some plums. That's just my inner conversation sometimes. I think most people have some kind of strange conversations. Or sometimes there's a conversation when I'm an observer, like in the third person, like, yes, that Simo is sitting there and hanging around on the sofa. What's going on? Okay. And sometimes there are some deep insights about life, but funny thing is that I wrote them down in the dark room. Yes, it's you can write in the dark. It's really funny because the handwriting is quite funny, like small letters, big letters. It's quite crap. And it's really hard to understand what did you eventually write down. But I wrote something down and I have bad handwriting, and later when I read, like, okay, very interesting insights. But yeah, I got some ideas, and eventually the greatest part was leaving the dark room. The witch of the Lesoya came to the door, or she came up to the top of the mount and started singing a song with a drum. Boom, boom, boom. And another boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Then she opens the door and it's dark, and she starts talking to me and it's being really soft. In the beginning, she was really tough on me, like, rah, 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 rah. And then she's like, hey, have you been? Would you like to see the darkness outside? There's much more light in there. And she brought me out to the night, and it was glowing. Oh, the silver leaves on the sea buckthorn trees and the orange berries. It was beautiful to see the light in the sky in the darkness, to see the trees, the grass, and the cat. A little kitten was there. And she brought me to the sauna because I was thinking like a seagull. And I washed myself, cleaned, ate something. And then she brought me to another house, to a Japanese-style house where there was a warm bed, and I went to sleep and woke up in the morning. Everything was still amazing, and I was mesmerized by the beauty of the nature. I was looking at the trees, their garden, what they had planted there. They had created a beautiful Japanese landscape architecture, and I was just mesmerized. Because in the beginning there were just animal skulls and two strange people, witch and her husband, taking me in, and then I found what beauty they had created over there in a wilderness, in a faraway location where there are no other people living and no light pollution. And I understood. I realized there's light in the dark. And was I afraid being in the dark room? No, it was just me and myself and my thoughts and my friends. My friends? Yeah, the whales that I saw in the vision were swimming in the ocean and something like that. And I got my eyesight better. So 2 months after that dark room, I had chance to go do an operation. My eyes were fixed and I got rid of glasses. So I found my confidence in the dark room, a confidence to make changes in life, and I found newfound confidence to step into the role of a father when the child was going to born. And I started building our house, demolishing the old one and building a new one. So if you like this video, subscribe, check out for more videos, and join the waitlist for the Alchemy of Voice. Hope you enjoyed, and go visit your own darkroom. We have got few dark rooms in our country. If you want to have some advice, or have been in that dark room, just comment and let me know below. And if you want to have some recommendations where you should be going to dark room, I can give you some locations. There's three places in our country. One is where the witch is living. That's quite primal. I think primal is nice. It's just it's so primal. The second one is next to an eco community or an eco village, and it's quite luxurious. Like it's super nice, super modern inside a mount. And the third one is in the middle of our capital, Tallinn. I would not recommend being in a city in a dark room, but it can be quite interesting if you are not familiar with the concept beforehand. So, hope you enjoyed and see you next time.